เนื่องจากว่าสไลด์จะค่อนข้างไกลนะครับจะได้ใกล้ชิดกับทางวิทยากรด้วยนะครับขยับเข้ามาด้านหน้านิดหนึ่งนะครับเพราะเดี๋ยวท่านบางท่านที่เข้ามาทีหลังนะฮะท่านอาจจะไม่กล้าตัดเข้ามาข้างหน้าเรานะครับผมอาจจะขออนุญาตนะครับขยับขึ้นมากันนิดหนึ่งนะครับเดี๋ยวยังไงเดี๋ยวผมขอเวลาอีกประมาณสักไม่เกิน5 นาทีนะครับในการที่จะเริ่มในเซสชันของ Parallel ที่3นะครับสักครู่หนึ่งนะครับ
Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
ครับเดี๋ยวอีกสักครู่หนึ่งนะครับขออนุญาตเริ่มเลยละกันนะครับเพื่อจะได้ไม่เป็นรบกวนเวลาของหลายๆเซสชันนะครับผมเพราะว่ากิจกรรมมันมีทั้งวันเลยนะครับวันนี้นะครับครับโอเคงั้นเดี๋ยวขออนุญาตเริ่มเลยละกันนะครับผมครับ Good morning everyone good morning distinguished guests honorary partners and beloved participants welcome to the Southeast Asian STEM Education Fair and Exposition 2023 CMO STEM in collaboration with the Ministry of Education of Thailand and welcome to the parallel section 3 in we will talk about the STEM Career Academies. The term of the Career Academies quite not familiar with us, so but we will learn from today what is the STEM Career Academies or Career Academy is, right? Before we start the program, I would like to introduce the agenda for today. We will be here together for 2 hours, 2 sections. I mean that we divide the STEM Career Academy section has a two part. The first part, if we talk about the Career Academy or STEM Career Academy that implemented in Southeast Asian countries. And the second part, we will talk about the STEM Career Academies and Career Academies that implemented internationally. We have the honorary partners, honorary speakers to talk with us with the 5 topics that we will share for today. So before we meet with the speakers, I would like to you to see and short the video of the STEM Career Academy. Right before the technical, this video is talk about Chevron Enjoy Science project support the STEM Career Academy that work with the senior STEM Ed centers. All right, the video is ready.
STEM คำที่ในปัจจุบันถูกมองว่าเป็นหนึ่งในทางเลือกที่สำคัญและเป็นทางออกที่น่าสนใจอย่างยิ่งต่อการพัฒนาระบบการศึกษาและการต่อยอดสู่การประกอบอาชีพของประเทศไทยและในหลายประเทศชั้นนำทั่วโลก STEM ศึกษาหรือแนวทางการจัดการศึกษาใน 4 สาขาวิชาวิทยาศาสตร์เทคโนโลยีวิศวกรรมศาสตร์และคณิตศาสตร์ที่เน้นการนำศาสตร์ทั้ง 4 ไปบูรณาการสร้างทักษะที่สำคัญแห่งศตวรรษที่ 21 และสร้างให้เกิดเป็นวิชาชีพใหม่ๆที่ตอบโจทย์กับวิถีชีวิตในยุคปัจจุบันได้บริษัทเชฟรอนประเทศไทยสำรวจและผลิตจำกัดและองค์กรพันธมิตรทั้งภาครัฐและภาคประชาสังคมได้เล็งเห็นความสำคัญอย่างยิ่งของการพัฒนาสเต็มศึกษาให้กับเยาวชนที่เป็นกำลังสำคัญของประเทศจึงประสานพลังความร่วมมือเกิดเป็นโครงการใหม่ที่น่าสนใจในชื่อ STEM Career Academies โครงการพัฒนาโมเดล STEM ศึกษาสู่โลกอาชีพหรือ STEM Career Academies เป็นส่วนหนึ่งของโครงการ Chevron Enjoy Science สนุกวิทย์พลังคิดเพื่ออนาคตเพื่อร่วมสร้างโอกาสทางการศึกษาให้กับเยาวชนพัฒนาพวกเขาให้เป็นบุคลากรคุณภาพที่พร้อมทั้งทักษะความรู้คุณลักษณะและก้าวทันโลกอาชีพที่สอดรับกับกลุ่มอุตสาหกรรม S-Curve และเพื่อให้โครงการประสบผลสำเร็จสูงสุด STEM Career Academies จึงได้เดินหน้าสร้างการดำเนินงานผ่านกิจกรรมต่างๆมากมายไม่ว่าจะเป็นประชาสัมพันธ์ให้ผู้ปกครองชุมชนเห็นความสำคัญและสนับสนุนร่วมมือกับต้นสังกัดและสถานศึกษาตั้งเป้าหมายการดำเนินโครงการและระดมทรัพยากรจากภาคีเครือข่ายพัฒนาครูผู้ดูแลและหลักสูตรการสอนร่วมกับสถานศึกษาจัดกิจกรรมสร้างแรงบันดาลใจเพื่อคัดเลือกนักเรียนที่สนใจและมีคุณลักษณะที่เหมาะสมกับอาชีพส่งเสริมให้ผู้เรียนสอบรับรองคุณวุฒิและทักษะวิชาชีพเพื่อเป็นใบเบิกทางสู่การประกอบอาชีพหรือการเรียนต่อในระดับที่สูงขึ้นจัดระบบครูพี่เลี้ยงและอาสาสมัครจากสถานประกอบการเพื่อฝึกประสบการณ์เสริมสร้างทักษะและความพร้อมศึกษาและวิจัยผลลัพธ์การดำเนินโครงการเพื่อนำเสนอในเวทีวิชาการและนโยบายทางการศึกษารวมถึงนโยบายสาธารณะแนะแนวอาชีพและฝึกทักษะการสัมภาษณ์งานและสร้างเครือข่ายกับแหล่งงานที่มีความมั่นคงและมีความก้าวหน้า
โครงการ Chevron Enjoy Science สนุกวิทย์พลังคิดเพื่ออนาคตเนี่ยเราก็ได้จับมือร่วมกับศูนย์ CVO STEM Ed แล้วก็พันธมิตรในหลากหลายสาขาเพื่อที่จะพัฒนาโมเดลในการจัดการการเรียนรู้ในสาขา STEM ศึกษาพัฒนาเยาวชนที่มีความพร้อมทางด้านความรู้ทักษะที่จะตอบโจทย์ภาคอุตสาหกรรมแล้วก็สอดคล้องกับหลักยุทธศาสตร์ระยะยาวของประเทศไทย
Career Academy คือการสร้างกำลังคนที่มีคุณภาพที่สามารถประยุกต์ใช้ STEM และกระบวนการคิดเ เชิงวิศวกรรมทำให้ประเทศเราสามารถพัฒนาทางด้านเศรษฐกิจและเรื่องอื่นๆที่มีความจำเป็นในการที่จะพัฒนาต่อเนื่องต่อไป
This model requires schools to design a more intentional structure and a progression of courses that students would take over the 3 years. And these courses are aligned with high-skill, high-wage, high-demand careers here in Thailand. So students have more opportunities to advance and find those high-paying jobs and careers that are going to be more meaningful for them. It gives students the opportunity to obtain credentials such as professional certifications, college credit, and understand what are the key jobs in key industry sectors for Thailand. In any successful school, it's going to be quality instruction. Having a group of teachers who really care about the students and provide a rich, hands-on, interactive classroom where kids can do project-based learning and demonstrate the mastery of the competencies that the teachers are teaching. They work together as a full team of teachers, an interdisciplinary team of teachers, to design projects with the business partners that provide a more enriching experience for the kids. The kids engage at a deeper level and have a deeper understanding. The model shows that the more kids are exposed to the early college courses and professional certifications, it's going to advance their career.
คือมันไม่ได้เปลี่ยนเฉพาะเด็กนะเปลี่ยนเทรนเนอร์ด้วยเปลี่ยนเชฟด้วยเชฟจะมีมุมมองทุกอย่างเนี่ยรอบตัวเนี่ยเป็นวิทยาศาสตร์เทคโนโลยีนวัตกรรมหมดเลยการแอพพลายสเต็มเข้ามาอยู่ในชีวิตประจำวันเนี่ยพี่ว่ามีส่วนสำคัญนะ
หลักสูตรนี้มีความสำคัญเพราะว่ามันมีโครงสร้างของเนื้อหาบทเรียนต่างๆแล้วก็กระบวนการในการบริหารหลักสูตรให้ได้รับการรับรองระดับนานาชาติน้องๆที่จบเนี่ยเขาจะได้รับเซอร์ติฟิเคตที่ไปทำงานประเทศไหนก็ได้ที่รับรองคุณวุฒินี้
โครงการนี้นะครับเปิดทุกอย่างไม่มีการปิดกั้นใดๆทั้งสิ้นแค่คุณมีใจรักในการทำอาหารนะครับผมคิดว่าจะได้อะไรมากกว่าการทำอาหารได้อะไรมากกว่าหน้าที่การงาน
เราก็ต้องคาดหวังอยู่แล้วว่าเราจะมาเรียนรู้ทางด้านเกี่ยวกับเว็บไซต์นั่นเองแต่ผลพลอยได้ที่ตามมาก็คือมีความรู้ทางด้านดิจิตอลมาร์เก็ตติ้งด้วยแล้วก็ไลน์แชทบอทด้วย
ถือว่าให้มาพิสูจน์ตัวเองแล้วกันครับว่ามาค่ายนี้ไปยังไงได้
ขอบคุณสำหรับทางโครงการนะคะที่ทำให้หนูได้รับโอกาสดีๆเพื่อเพิ่มพูนทักษะทางด้านภาษาแล้วก็ทุนการศึกษาด้วยนะคะก็จะทำให้เต็มที่เพื่อพัฒนาตัวเองต่อไปเรื่อยๆค่ะ
มีแต่คำว่าขอบคุณมากๆขอบคุณทางผู้ใหญ่ขอบคุณโครงการที่ให้โอกาสดีๆกับหนูสัญญาว่าหนูจะนำความรู้ความสามารถศักยภาพที่หนูมีอะค่ะไปช่วยเหลือผู้อื่นได้อย่างเต็มที่และเต็มความสามารถเต็มกำลังของหนูค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ
และจากความสำเร็จที่ผ่านมาทำให้ STEM Career Academies เป็นอีกหนึ่งโครงการที่ช่วยสร้างคุณค่าและเปิดกว้างให้ทุกคนในประเทศไทยที่อยากมีส่วนร่วมได้เข้ามาทั้งในฐานะผู้ได้รับโอกาสและผู้ให้การสนับสนุนซึ่งสิ่งนี้เองจะช่วยกลายเป็นแรงพลังที่สำคัญในการสร้างเยาวชนและบุคลากรทางวิชาชีพด้านสเต็มก่อให้เกิดอาชีพใหม่ๆที่เป็นประโยชน์ควบคู่ไปกับการต่อยอดพัฒนาระบบการศึกษาและความก้าวหน้าให้กับประเทศอย่างยั่งยืนต่อไปได้โครงการพัฒนาโมเดลสเต็มศึกษาสู่โลกอาชีพ STEM Career Academies
Give a big applause for the VTRs of the STEM Career Academies programs that you have seen. There's a lot of the program that STEM have been implemented in Thailand, like smart agriculture, technology information technologies career, and also the STEM Chef Academy as well. And today we delighted to welcome the representative from the STEM Chef Academy program. Actually, the executive director has invited to join with us, but unfortunately she cannot available for today. So for this morning, we welcome the project director from the Edu Park. Please welcome Kun Viranut Kamon Rungwarakun to present and sharing her view of the STEM Chef Academies. Welcome.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. I am very delighted and honored to be here on behalf of EduPark Company Limited to share about the development of this STEM Career Academies with all of you, with focus on the STEM Chef Academy project. STEM Chef Academy is part of the STEM Career Academies, a culinary arts and basic nutrition program aimed at developing students to be motivated and equipped with the necessary basic knowledge and skills for STEM-related careers. And the highlight is to learn both the theory and practice from a team of experienced chefs and also food creators, and also the opportunity to advance in a career path that is in line with the Thai and international markets. As you can see here, chef or food creator is a profession that meets the needs of the new generation. While the market trends in this era focuses on healthy foods, foods that cater to specific diseases, Instagram-worthy foods, and food with stories to tell. Unfortunately, the concept of applying STEM knowledge to the chef profession to meet such needs in this era is not very widely known. STEM, in fact, is very important for culinary careers because creating a scientific perspective for the food industry can help them, or chefs actually, to enhance and expand their culinary skills. The science of just look at the slides, then the science of cooking helps us to, for the chefs actually, to understand the science, helps them to improve the techniques and also create more articulate menus. Nutrition helps chefs better understand the nutritional values of ingredients, promotes health and well-being. Food safety would help them understand the principles of food safety, hygiene, which are very important to prevent foodborne diseases. They also can learn about food pathogens, ways to prevent contamination, the proper way to manage and store food. Technology. Nowadays, technology plays a very important role in food businesses. So chefs with skills can create new dishes, streamline their operation. For example, we can also even use 3D printing technology to create complex food designs. So in conclusion, STEM knowledge can help chefs develop a deeper understanding of the science behind cooking, develop nutritional knowledge, understand food safety, and leverage technology to create even more innovative, novel foods. These skills can help chefs stand out in this competitive food business arena and provide customers with a very high quality culinary experience. We expect that our project would create such impacts, as you can see on the slide. Of course, career opportunities for students, fostering entrepreneurship, innovation, support the local economy, addressing the skills gaps in the industry, promote STEM and culinary innovation, supporting economic development of Thailand and also this region. Well, the project impact is starting to, and we expect more. The implementation process, as you can see on the flow chart here, we started from doing finding our network partners, and then we develop the curriculum together, which then we can come to the learning materials and LMS that we created. We also created visibility or promote awareness of our project via social networks, Facebook, Instagram, and also we are our partners as well. We also recruit those applicants or people who want to be grantees of our project. And after we have recruited them, we put them into a training workshop program. And lastly, their journey ends at internship. Just to illuminate or highlight a little bit on our professional network, our project is an amalgamation of experts and experienced professionals in various related fields. As you can see, we have, Okay, we have for nutrition course, we have basic nutrition from the Institute of Nutrition, Mahidol University, nutrition course from Faculty of Home Economics Technology, Rajamangala University of Technology, Patnakhon. We also want to foster their entrepreneurial skills, so we partnered with KMITL or the King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Lakrabang, KMTL Business School, and with the help of Assistant Professor Tirawat, who is an expert in STEM education. And we cannot do without language skills in this era. So we added a higher value with, of course, English. It's a very general medium right now, and Japanese, because we foresee that Japanese consumers maybe can generate more value for the students as well. So success would have been impossible without this concerted effort, which is an extremely important component of success. This is our network of professional chefs. Coming to this curriculum that we co-developed with our partners, we call this the work integrated learning, comprising of three main components here: short course curriculum, learning management system, or we call it short LMS, and activities. So for the short course curriculum, we have the hard skills where we focus on food, STEM, and innovation, and soft skills such as communication, active listening, and all these skills necessary in this 21st century. Essential skills as a food entrepreneur, what you need to know, language skills as mentioned just now, so I'm not going to go deeper. Okay, so for the LMS, that's what we call the learning management system. You can see here on the left-hand side, we are very proud to present to you this one because it's an online learning platform for students. They can, we would give them a username and password where they can use for a whole lifetime. They can come, log in, log out, anytime, anywhere they want. Left-hand side, you can see a dashboard. We have recipes, we have glossaries. We also have dialogues that are used in the food industry for them to practice on their own. In the center, this is the lesson for each day. For day one, you're going to learn about steaming, for example. So the menus will all be centered around steamed menus. And on the right-hand side would be a timetable for each day. For example, at 8 o'clock, they would start from learning language, and later on theory, in the afternoon maybe on practice. They can also prepare the lessons before class. Like I mentioned, they can log in and out anytime, anywhere. Before class, they can prepare. After class, they can review as well. So that's the beauty of this system. Okay. Another important component of our curriculum would be the activities part. We have 5 main activities here. First is called the Career Day. Career Day is a day where we try to put inspirational aspects for learners who still are not aware of what they want, in their career path or life. So we try to instill inspiration in them as well. And then once we inspire in them, and they know now that they would be interested in pursuing this path, then we recruit them into this food creator camp. They are the selected learners who are interested in this career and also have a certain ability in cooking as a base, right? And then we put them through this activity called the Cooking Challenge. It's a weekly activity for learners to compete in cooking contests every week throughout the training period. And then we have the Food Creator Day. It's a very important day for the students because they have to apply whatever they have learned, the knowledge and skills from the training, to create their own original menus and present them to judges, right? So judges can be people like us, random people, and also people from the STEM and other educational, or even our partner executives as well. The last activity under this short course curriculum is internship. So we, of course, they know how to present the menus, they have their own designs, they have their own creations, but then they have to apply to work. So we also introduce them to do internship so they can do OJTs on the job training with restaurants, maybe at food catering, or even try to teach at cooking classes. So value for students is that they are able to do experience-based learning, which means to be able to learn both theory and cooking practices from real experiences of chefs and experts, speakers, lecturers from leading universities. And career focus here means that they are in the same environment with a group of friends that have the same career focus. It helps them enjoy what they are doing, right? And be equipped with the practical knowledge and skills in the specific professions that they are interested in. Career readiness, having the readiness to enter the profession and gain practical experience in professional field as well. And they would have competitive advantages when they apply for jobs in this profession because they have more experience and they learn very broad and wide and also sometimes deep skills than their peers. Personalized learning, they are able to gain very customized and tailored learning experience from a team of instructors who can provide them with individual advice and support. Coaching, mentoring. We have a network of mentors, like maybe their seniors, someone who are always ready to provide with them advice and also exchange work experiences throughout the project. So value for trainers as well. Not only do we train or give values to our learners, our trainers also gain a lot. They are able to share knowledge and expertise with one another. They learn also from the learners. We have networking opportunities. Also, they are able to develop their own teaching skills or communication skills as well, professional, leading to personal and professional growth. And if they have their own brand, they are able to promote their own products and even themselves. They have become a lot more famous after this project, in fact. So, talking about what the learners gained, what the trainers gained, and what we have gained, it is very important here for us because we have learned about the value of partnerships. We gain a lot through the collaboration with chefs and network of experts, and also our connectivity across all the industries, which is very beneficial for this project and of course the learners. And in terms of inspiration, aspiration, we are able to create project awareness through celebrities, famous people, experienced people, and also make learners even more enthusiastic about learning and walking this journey with us. And the third thing here, it says family support. It is we learned that it is very important to involve parents or guardians in the project before the training begins. From experience, if we are not able to involve them from the beginning, we wouldn't be able to get full support, because training this whole period is like they have to be with us all the time. They have to be aware from their home. It's challenging mentally and physically. So parents and guardians have to give them full support. And we also learned that from this project, the parents, they feel very engaged because we give them feedback, we report to them about their weekly activities. And when the project ends, they feel so proud of their children that they have the opportunity to create their own path and also follow their own dreams. And we also gained and we learned that practical and tailored education here is very important, because they do need hands-on experience and training from the people who know the profession well, right? And it helps them reach their dreams faster, which is a better fit for the younger generation. And it helps give them shortcut, especially for the less fortunate. And they are actually the target of our project too. On the left-hand side, the bottom row, it says the rewards of helping others. For us, as a project implementer, we feel really proud that we are able to open up the opportunities for learners to follow their dreams, desires, achieve their goals, which eventually would definitely lead to a positive impact on their lives. This is what we firmly believe. And last but not least, the potential for growth and expansion. We are able to leverage on the success of the project in this early stage and further tap on the opportunities to expand as well, to outreach to a larger number of learners. So what we see here for future project expansion, we plan to expand cooperation into the business sector. Well, maybe we start with tourism. It's easier to merge culture, food with tourism. Local businesses, international businesses in the tourism area, restaurants, and healthcare, because we know that STEM knowledge can be very useful for healthcare as well, because and then we can collaborate with, for example, hospitals in designing new menus for patients, or even people who are not sick, but they are going through these wellness programs as well. And for education sector, we are aiming at providing training for teachers to build their capacity, and also create more inspirational activities and workshops to raise awareness for careers in this food and nutrition field. Develop together food and nutrition courses for schools that wish to create more options or variety. And in fact, we can also provide or find ways to provide scholarships for students to pursue higher education. And here, it's very important for us to also link with sustainable development goals. We believe that at least now we are able to do goal number 3, to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. This is something that we want to really expand. And goal number 4, quality education. We want to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education, promote lifelong learning opportunities, and for everyone too. And then here, number 8, decent work, economic growth, gender equality, and 12, responsible consumption and production. So that would be all for the presentation here, but we want to give you an idea of what we have done for the whole project. A clip, video clip. Maybe it'll give you a clearer picture of what we have done.
The Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization Regional Center for STEM Education has initiated the STEM Career Academies program, in order to develop underprivileged students into professional personnel with knowledge and skills in line with the needs of today's world. The program would provide opportunities for young people who desire a career through provision of know-how and expertise that are essential towards career development, with the ultimate goal of creating a progressive, self-reliant individual that can generate a stable income, who can then take care of their families towards a happier life. The program is funded by Chevron Thailand Exploration and Production Limited. Under the project, Chevron enjoys Science, establishing a learning path for vocational training scholarship recipients in the STEM Chef Academy program, Culinary Arts and Basic Nutrition course, a professional healthcare category in the STEM Career Academies program. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, on-site training activities were unable to be organized. The program therefore has adjusted the training format, allowing students to access live stream online classes, maintaining the ability to interact and ask questions with the instructor in full efficiency. The project has supported various learning equipment, including a complete set of kitchen utensils for all types of cooking, as well as tablets and internet connection for continuous learning access. The program is implemented by a team of professional chefs and food creators, curated from famous icons in the food industry, all participating in transferring knowledge of STEM cooking to our scholarship recipients. The curriculum is standardized from the cooperation of a network of experts in curriculum development from leading universities in Thailand: Mahidol University Institute of Nutrition, King Mongkut's Institute of Technology Lat Krabang, Faculty of Business Administration. It is also supplemented with Japanese language skills by the Thai Nichi Institute of Technology, College of General Education and Language, and English skills by expert speakers from the In-Concept Language Institute. Thus, the scholarship recipients are granted knowledge and skills packed in every lesson, enhancing their learning potential in all areas by expert speakers in each field. Ready to learn anywhere and strengthen their skills anytime, the students are equipped with an online learning management system, a system that collects and stores learning materials to prepare before studying or review their knowledge after classes, as well as measuring and evaluating learning outcomes for gradual improvements. For the course on Culinary Arts and Basic Nutrition, the first generation consists of 13 graduates in Group 1 and 12 graduates in Group 2, all conducted using the online format. The course consisted of training on professional skills in creating food menus using the knowledge of STEM education, theoretical workshops for participants to understand the various principles of cooking, practical training with the principles of STEM education incorporated with learning cooking techniques from expert chefs, all of which culminates in a cooking challenge where students can integrate their knowledge of STEM education to use in their own cooking.
ใช้น้ำผึ้งนะครับเป็นการที่ให้มันค่อยๆหนึบขึ้นเขาเรียกว่า caramelization นะครับเคี่ยวน้ำซอสราดโดยการใช้แป้งสาลีเข้าไปทำให้ข้นหนืดขึ้นนะคะกดด่างก็คือการเติมน้ำมะขามเปียกลงไปในการเคี่ยวเพื่อที่ไม่ให้น้ำตาลตกผลึก
In addition to practical learning that is packed in every lesson, additional skills necessary for the culinary profession are also provided both in soft skills, essential skills, additional skills. Language skills enhancement, where students learn English and Japanese to support future possible careers.
My name is Juy and เติม and ลงไป and I am in my late 20s.
Hi everyone, my name is Bob.
I was born in Ang Thong, but now I live in Bangkok.
Hi, ohayo gozaimasu.
Hajimashite, watashi wa Inashai desu.
Even though courses were conducted online, the scholarship recipients still receive full knowledge, absorbing advice from a team of chefs and experts with full efficiency, showcasing their ability to apply knowledge gained from the training to develop themselves. The STEM Career Academies model has expanded the project results and cooperated with educational institutions to develop further teaching curriculum together. For learners who have basic cooking skills, with the development of the art and science curriculum in the Culinary Arts and Nutrition intermediate course, along with adjusting the training format from online to on-site learning for groups of Pawana Potikun vocational college students, Got Samui District, Surat Thani Province. The STEM Chef Academy project, Culinary Arts and Science course, intermediate level, have training on professional skills in creating menus using the knowledge of STEM education in in the form of authentic, fusion, health-based, and baked foods by a team of expert chefs. The scholarship recipients also learned Japanese cooking from Chef Seiya Masahara, a contestant from Iron Chef Japan, in which students learn to cook Japanese food closely from a master himself. In addition to practical learning that is packed in every lesson, there are additional skills required for the profession in terms of soft skills, essential skills, additional skills. Language skills enhancement, where students learn English and Japanese to support future possible careers as well.
Good morning. This is Mondak Paktong. Restaurant Fern speaking. How may I help you?
โอเคคุณลูกค้ามาเลยค่ะคุณลูกค้า
I would like to make a dinner reservation, please.
Good morning, sir. We have a special drink selection available. Would you like to try them out?
あなたはタイ人ですか？はい、タイ人です。
すみません。はい、あなたはタイ人ですか？はい、私はタイ人です。
Bond winning strategy competition to practice mathematical calculation skills to strengthen analytical thinking, problem solving, planning and strategic thinking processes.
สนุกมากสนุกมากได้ใช้สมองแบบเยอะมาก
Innovation Camp, STEM Career Digital Readiness course, developing design thinking skills to encourage learners to collaborate with others, strengthen leadership, develop creative, analytical, problem-solving skills, and the presentation of their own work. Food Creator Day activity, for the scholarship recipients to apply gain knowledge throughout the training period, to create food menus and present their impressive results to a judging committee, akin to a simulation of a real-world career in the culinary industry. Although this is a short training course, the scholarship recipients in the STEM Chef Academy program certainly gain valuable skills and experience, now able to bring forth their abilities and apply them towards their life and future careers confidently.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think you have probably gained know what we have done for this project, and thank you for bearing with us for the video and the presentation for some time. Thank you for your attention again.
Thank you very much ขอบคุณครับ Thank you very much คุณวีรนุช the project director from STEM Chef Academy ครับ Please give a big applause for her. Right, you see the wonderful program of the STEM Chef Academy, right? But not hungry now, right? Okay, so we also have, another speakers from Philippines that unfortunately he cannot join with us face to face for today. So, but he can available for the virtual with us today. So, may I introduce? He has an extensive specialized in technology transfer, agriculture research, and extension works, particularly in a rice post-harvest at the International Rice Research Institution. So I think he are ready. And please welcome Mr. Christopher Cabado, Program Specialist, Knowledge and Technology Transfer, Emerging Innovation of Growth from CIACAR. Please welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I would have wanted to be there with you, but due to circumstances, I have to give my presentation online. So on behalf of our director, Dr. Glenn B. Gregorio, I am pleased to share with you the Circa Smart Agriculture programs in schools to build inspiration for the youth. So let me share with you a little something about Circa. CIRCA stands for the Southeast Asian Regional Center for Graduate Study and Research in Agriculture. We are a nonprofit organization established by the Southeast Asian Ministers of Education Organization, or CMEO, in 1966. So we are already in our 11th five-year plan. So for this 5 years, our theme is accelerating transformation through agricultural innovation, or ATTAIN. To tell you more about our 11th five-year plan, our mission is to elevate the quality of life of agricultural families through sustainable livelihoods and access to modern networks and innovative markets. And our vision is to be a leading enabler and champion of excellence in agricultural and rural development in Southeast Asia. So for these 5 years, CIRCA aims to provide more context-relevant and valuable services to more stakeholders in more effective and efficient ways. So CIRCA operates in our 11 member countries in Southeast Asia, namely Brunei Darussalam, Cambodia, Laos PDR, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Timor-Leste, and Vietnam. So I will now introduce our first program. We call it the School Plus Home Gardens. So the School Plus Home Gardens is a participatory action research on school and community-based food and nutrition program for literacy, poverty reduction, and sustainable development that started in 2016. It is a collaboration between CIRCA, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and the Department of Education here in the Philippines, with the objective of improving the school children's nutrition, education, and economic well-being. It started with only 5 elementary schools and 1 high school. So in this program, we introduced the school children to smart agriculture practices like container gardening, vertical gardening, introduction to hydroponics, and its difference with aquaponics. So since 2016 unto the present, it started in 6 pilot schools. Now, this program is adopted by around 90 schools already. And with this, the students gained appreciation for vegetable. The students have eaten more vegetables. Their parents were also involved. The teachers have been able to prepare 125 lesson plans related to vegetable gardening. As you can see, their BMI, the height of the students, and the weight improved over the implementation of this program. And the School Plus Home Gardens guidebook was also published by CIRCA. The next program is the Digital Agriculture Platform. This is CIRCA's initiative to modernize traditional farming and improve the livelihood of smallholder farmers through digital agriculture. So this program was started in 4 sites, but now we have 7 sites already. So here we talk to the farmers, and then there are technical experts to help the farmers with their crop problems. For this digital agriculture platform, think of it as like an Amazon or Lazada or Shopee or Alibaba, but for vegetables. So we see here the packing center that we help the farmers establish. So actually, this is not on a school, but we think this is relevant because here in the Philippines, the farmers are already old, and it is actually their children who are still in school who are helping them to manage their digital account. So for this program, we introduce the farmers to the digital wallet, and then the customers can order vegetables through the platform. So this is their packing center. And then once the vegetables are already packed, it is now ready for delivery. We also have another partner who delivers the vegetables from the farmers packing center to the customers. In 2021, we rolled out the Innovation Olympics 2.0. So this is a national competition challenging the next generation of university agri startups to develop innovative solutions to help transform the food and agriculture sector. We have partners with East West, Sensient, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Cibol, TTBDO, and Apex. And the theme for this competition was Precision Agriculture for Small-Scale Vegetable Farming. So the grand finals was held in October 2021. Out of the 21 teams who joined, all from different universities across the Philippines, and one senior high school team, there are 6 teams that battled it out for the grand finals. And 2 teams were declared as co-champions, Team Irene and Team Project Angat. And so the Team Irene developed an automated irrigation and nutrition system which helps minimize labor cost by applying the right amount of fertilizer at the right time and in the right place. It is solar powered and synergistic system with fully automated irrigation and fertigation systems. And during the field test, the team reported that 45% less application of fertilizer was done with 300% less water consumption, and the farmers also reported higher crop yields and better quality vegetables. The other winner, Team Project Angat, developed a hydroponics farming system with 3 components. The Malakas, an automated solar-powered vertical farming system made from bamboo. So this is recyclable and indigenous. The second component is Maganda, a waste-soluble capsule with formulated organic waste that stimulate plant growth and protects the plant against diseases. And Dumangan, another online platform that connects the farmers directly to the consumers. So for this year, we have another contest ongoing, but this time on Flex PhD, or mobile app development contest. So Flex PhD, or Food is Life Exemplified, is a mobile app development competition for planetary health diet. We launched this contest last year, November 16, 2022. This is circa in partnership with the National Academy of Science and Technology and PICARD, or the Department of Science and Technology. So the competition is a mobile app development competition to create the ultimate consumer guide to informed food choices. And the competition will highlight a series of hackathons, mentoring, and pitching competition where participants will learn about planetary health diet. The contest encourages values-driven food choices. For those not familiar with PhD, the planetary health diet is a global reference diet for adults that is symbolically represented by half a plate of fruits and vegetables. Meaning, when you eat for planetary health diet, means that half of your plate should consist of fruits and vegetables. For this competition, 139 teams so far, made up of different universities, and even senior high school students joined this competition. Next, we have Circa's Agri-Mechanization Initiative. So our goal for this initiative is to increase agricultural mechanization in the Southeast Asian region. Also, to co-develop and scale out an open source and innovative tractor suitable for sustainable farming. Circa's partnered with Kansas State University and the UPLB Center for Agri-Fisheries and Biosystems Mechanization, or UPLB Biomech, for this initiative. Okay. As you know, here in the Philippines, we just import the tractors from the other countries, but through this initiative, we were able to make the first Philippine-made four-wheel tractor, which we call the UR tractor, and it is patterned after the Ronibo tractor. This tractor is made in RU Foundry, Bacolod City, in the Philippines. And so we introduced this tractor first to the University of the Philippines in Los Baños. This is the university closest to Circa. But this tractor, we also introduced to the Royal University of Agriculture in Cambodia, the Technological University of the Philippines, Visayas, and the Central Philippines State University. In the next year, we hope to introduce this tractor also to Laos and Indonesia and the other Southeast Asian countries. Maybe also Thailand. Okay, so let me go now to sharing. Sharing is the Circa Hub for agriculture and rural innovation for the next generation. This is like a mini museum that you can find here at Circa, where it is dedicated to digital agriculture, makerspace, and other innovations in agriculture that you can see. We also have the Sharing Cafe, where this is a place where children can learn about coding and robotics using Lego bricks. And finally, we have the Agri-Robotics Initiative of Circa. So for this one, we partnered with Felta. They are the exclusive distributor of Lego education here in the Philippines. And we held the first Laguna Lego Olympics last year. And after that, Circa also co-sponsored the 21st Philippine Robotics Olympiad, which was held in Manila last year in September. And the winner of the senior high school category for future innovators was sponsored by Circa to go to Germany to compete in the World Robot Olympiad. And so this is the team from the Philippines that Circa sponsored in the World Robot Olympiad held in Dortmund, Germany last November. As you know, the team from the Philippines that Circa sponsored is one of only two robots that is involved in agriculture. And as part of also for the Agri-Robotics Initiative, we are in initial discussions with Vex Robotics. So we are co-developing a concept note to develop modules for agri-robotics for implementation here in the Philippines and also in Southeast Asia. And so that ends my presentation. If you ate today, thank a farmer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you very much for sharing the amazing and innovative program from the Circa Philippines. I hope that everyone is surprised with many wow program that you do, right? Okay, so, next, before the next person, Joe. So Christopher will here with us until the end of the section to have a Q&A together. If you have any question to ask him, so ask other speakers, we will have the Q&A section at the end of the the parallel section. Okay, thank you so much, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next we will talk about the IT, the technologies that very important for our life and for our next generations. So, and we have the special speakers from IBM Singapore. She has over 10 years as a social impact professional in the Asia Pacific regions. She's sharpened her skill to shift the business strategies to tackle significant social problems, especially focusing in an area of education and workforce development. And currently, she is the CSR leader at the IBM Singapore. Please welcome คุณนิสากร คงไพฑูรย์ from IBM Singapore ครับ
So thank you so much for having me here, and it is an honor to also sharing what are we doing in the education, and workforce development, and also hearing from the speaker here today as well. So it was very inspiring to see how STEM can apply in like cross industry, cross disciplinary, from Kunut Chef and from Christopher about agriculture is really inspiring. So now we're going back to the fundamental of the STEM, which is the IT and technology. But no worry, this 20 minutes would not be the technical one. Okay, so let me first start with who we are, IBM. This year we are 112 years old. Yes, we have a very long standing in the industry. So you may be familiar with us, like the IBM computer decades ago, but today we no longer having the hardware, but we support our clients and government to transform the business, to transform the country toward the digital era. And this is one of our commitment toward meaningfully giving back to the community by leveraging our expertise and skill to make social impact and lasting impact through education. We commit to skill 30 million people globally by 2030. In the next 50 minutes, I'm going to share with you IBM Skill Build, that is the roadmap driving us toward our goal of 30 million. Before I get into the detail of the skill build, I just want to share this global skill and education study that IBM and Morning Consultants in New York conduct between November to December 2022, which is last year, a few months ago. What we did, we conduct a sample 40,000 students, learners, and career, job seekers globally in 13 countries. In Asia Pac, including Singapore, India, and Japan. It's very interesting finding from this study. There are misconceptions around STEM, skills and educations, which is involved pretty much around it's too expensive. It's too expensive, and the credentials and require the regular 4-year degree to achieve to get a job in the STEM field. And the other very interesting point here is that based on the finding, we also found that 80% of the sample also looking at the career change from whatever they are doing to the STEM field, but they don't know where to start. And those who already familiar with the digital credentials saying that 86% of them saying that, like the digital credential does help them to achieve the career in STEM. Which means by that for us here as an industry and as an educator, there are opportunity for us to help support them closing the gap in the STEM area. One of the initiative for education initiative that we are doing is called IBM Skill Build. What is IBM Skill Build? IBM Skill Build is free education learning platform that providing both technology skills and also other essential soft skills, like project-based. Agile ability, design thinking, entrepreneurial. Those kind of skills that definitely our students would need when they are enter into the workforce. The Skill Build platform serve 3 personas: high school student and teachers, academia like university student and faculties, and also adult learners. What it's offering on the Skill Build platform is 1,000 courses in 19 languages, and be aware of such an online learning, self-paced learning with no interaction, human interaction. Sometimes it requires a lot of commitment for the individual to do so. To enrich this kind of experience and STEM learning, I think the most effective way is that partnering and working with the local organizations. When I say local organizations, school, university, government agencies, and also not-for-profit organizations who addressing the workforce development. I will give more example on that when we go into the case study. By enrich that experience, we work with a partner to bring in the project-based learning, to bring in IBM subject matter expert in particular area, being a guest speaker, being a mentoring, career coaching. And I need to mention this, all of this we are doing on the voluntary basis from our employee, like engineering data scientists. These are some examples of the technology foundation courses that are available out there. I'm sure that you are familiar with it, like AI, data, cloud, cybersecurity, software engineering, and also advanced technology like quantum computing. We also have the course and content out there from the foundation to the very advanced. Apart from that, we also realize that, by working with our partners, it's also very important to prepare our student or learner to be job readiness. Job readiness means, they need to understand the way of the industry out there working, the way of the, how they could contribute, what are the soft skills that they can build. Don't need to wait until you finish the degree, university, going to work for 1 or 2 years. No need. We can start to build that skill for them, still like K9, K12, more 5, more 6 for the students. And, that is the reasons why we work with like hundreds of the partners globally to, bring in such educations and resources to build a skill in the STEM career. And how it look like if you go into the platform. As I mentioned earlier, we have 3 personas: high school students, university student, and adult learner. But with the audience today, I would like to give a little bit more time on the high school, because then after this you can go to the platform, checking it out. If you are students, high school student, you go to the platform. This is how it's going to look like. It's the content roadmap for the students that they can take on modular basis, and a lot of them also provide IBM digital credential, which is a global industry recognized, where they can use as part of their resume, their profile, when they go for the job interview or going to the university, and how it look like for us as an educator. So, not just for the learners, but for the teacher, for the educator, we provide a resource that could help you translate from the online learning platform into your classroom setup. What are the materials that you need? What are the introductory that you need? What are the worksheets that you would need in order to help the students understand the STEM, cloud computing, what are the AI? So the platform itself provides a full range of the teacher toolkits for you to leverage. Aside from that, we also have, like administration tools that could help you track your student learning journey, where they are right now, what courses that they already complete, or you can even do, do the personalized learning. You are with the student, you know what they do best, and you know what area that they need to do more, so you can assign particular content or courses to your students, and help them to like personalize learning. And at the down here, I'm not sure if I can do that. Oh, sorry. So, I wanted to point out. Because it's a little bit delayed in my screen is already the other one. So just want to point out here at the small virtual, because of it's an online learning platform. The very good advantage of it is that it's a living document, meaning that with this world fast changing, how we can make our contents relevant to the market that moving so fast is that, we could add on the more content, more topic, more subject into our platform. This is one of that when you go to the skill build platform for the teacher toolkits, you will see the it's called horizon sections, which is more content on sustainability, climate change, how it's, how you can adapt it into your classroom today, what an individual contribution can do around waste management. It's also having the curriculum enhancement under this section. So I think it's ready to use for you. So please check it out. I only have few more slides on this, which is around case study. As I mentioned earlier, for such a skill build, we execute it globally and including in our Southeast Asia. One of the examples that I would like to mention here is in Philippines. What are the initiatives that we are doing in Philippines? We leverage our skill platform, working with our partners, which is government partners and also associations, to boost the education and skill for the senior high school, how we can help them to increase their employability in this today digital and technology era. By working with them, we align our skill build resources into regular curriculum. Let me show you in the next. Oh. It's a little bit delayed, but I will just go on. So this is the example of the lesson plans that we work with the DepEd NCR in Philippines, mapping the skill build resources, whatever I discussed earlier in terms of the emerging technology and professional skill, with the regular curriculum, Ministry of Education curriculum, see the alignments, come up with the new with the revised curriculum that really suit with their day-to-day classroom and what they need to monitor. So By doing this, we do the curriculum mapping, resource and curriculum mapping, and then we do the, bring it to life, bring the workshop, train the trainer for the teachers, and then support, working with the partners to supporting them to execute it in the classroom, and including monitoring and evaluation process to ensure its effectiveness and its lasting impact. The other one in Malaysia, similar to Philippines, we work with the TVET, vocational colleges, Ashiwa, and with the university to help upskill the students and with the industry relevant credential that could, resulting in increasing the employability in 1 or 2 years. Again, we do the curriculum mapping, we do the workshops for the teachers, train the trainers, and also including the workplace learning, providing guest lecturer from IBM, providing subject matter expert, and also we are exploring the internship with with IBM and our business partner. And again, it is around AI, cloud, security, and data. So please check it out on the schedule how you can really bring it to life in your classroom. And again, success factor of the program, how we align our initiative into the national agenda, how we engage with the stakeholder in this case. In this case, it's like university and the Department of Education in Malaysia. So, it's come to the end. I hope that it is giving you more of the, available resources out there and how you can, work with the industry to bring it into your classroom. There are 3 keywords that, for us in the industry, we have the resource, we have skill, we have expertise, but also we need to work, we are part of the ecosystem, right? That we need to work with such a partner out there, like you here, educator. First, we need to have an access, right, to the content, to the resource, and secondly, we need to work with the stakeholder to co-create, bring in the innovation that's relevant to your country, to your school, to your college. And lastly, in terms of the alignments, with the fluidity of the information, whatever happening in Brazil, in US is also relevant to us sitting here in Thailand. So for us, IBM, we really value the alignment, global plus local, so that's where we would like to make the change and impact in education and resource development.
Thank you, Kun Nisakon Kong Paitun. Thank you for sharing the IBM Skill Build platform, IBM Skill Build programs. That a lot of knowledge that youth of teachers can access that platform to learn, not only for the IT technology, but also include with the essential skill, soft skill that benefit for the next generations. Yes, next we talk about many programs from the Southeast Asian country, the STEM Chef Academies, IT program from Philippines, from SEACA Philippines, and also Smart Agriculture program from SEACA in Philippines, and also IBM Skill Build from IBM Singapore. And we will go to the next section for internationally program that also related with the how to prepare or enhance the youth to be ready for the next generation with the career education. So we will have the speakers from the immersive education. I will check the Zoom in a minute. I think that he already in with us. Yes, he. Okay. All right. He is the CEO of Immersive Education Academy in Hong Kong. Over 10 years in curriculum design and development in K-12 and higher education, he worked with the local government and government in the Asia and U.S. state institution. Please welcome Mr. Octavian Chen, the CEO of Immersive Education Academy.
Hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to make it in person, but I do appreciate the invitation. Today, I'm actually joined by different colleagues and part of our team from Arizona State University in the United States. So I will also be speaking with Miss Angela Zhao and Miss Ellie Reich, who will help introduce our career education model that we've developed from Arizona State University. So I will do a quick introduction and then I will pass it to our colleagues at ASU to kind of talk about different case studies as well as the content of our career education model. So just to recap, this has been talked about at length in previous speakers' presentations, but the first thing we'd like to kind of introduce is why career education. I think this is a very obvious thing that we can see happening around us. We're living in a more interconnected and growing kind of community. And with this, there's different labor market needs, especially in Southeast Asia. When we look at the RCEP trade agreements, this opens up a number of different opportunities for people, local people, both in their country, but then also internationally. We do face some challenges, though. Pretty much across the world, not just in any specific country, we're seeing issues where the skilled labor that are being created don't necessarily fit the changing industries today. With the emergence of high-tech manufacturing, we have situations where educational systems need to change in order to produce skilled labor that actually fit the need of different industries. So these are some of the problems. We're facing a general lack of knowledge about what are the new emerging industries coming out today, what are the career paths that are related to these industries, and then especially for students at younger age, how can their interests be developed into a career? A lot of people have simplified understandings about what kind of job prospects they might have in the future, and so their ideas of how to improve their job prospects or develop kind of a career path is rather limited. So ASU has created a career education model designed to help create the right fits between up and coming schools and their students with different industries around the world. We want to help labor align with the market demand. And this really depends on the promotion of how to get participation from the work industries with the education system. So today we're going to introduce a framework that was developed by Arizona State University that is being used as a template to implement in other countries in order to help maximize the opportunities for both the labor supply and the labor demand. This model includes a number of areas, but this is generally for the development of students, teachers, and institutions. It includes knowledge training, soft skill training, curriculum design, advising, as well as participation from different corporate networks. And this is meant to be used both at the local level, so at the school level, but then also at the ministerial level. And one of the things that we'll talk about a little bit in more length is how this is being used as a starting point to develop into a more localized system. So the idea is not necessarily that this is a US model that is being used in another country, but more as a starting point so that the local countries can actually develop this into a a more localized model that works for them. So with that being said, I'm going to pass this to I'm going to pass this to our team member, Ellie Reich. She will introduce more about our core concepts.
Thank you so much, Octavian. Our core concepts, I'm going to cover the core concepts and how this program is going to impact teachers and counselors, students, as well as institutions. Before we get into diving in how that is going to be really employed, I want to talk a little bit about our career education program and the 3 stages that we use in this model. Our first stage is going to start with discovery. In this first stage of discovery, we will teach educators and counselors about the tools students can use to explore future careers based on their interests and their strengths. We'll then move into a second stage of analysis where we'll offer tools to help educators and counselors digest the data from stage 1 in order to build strong and strategic career plans for students. The analysis will also be used to help track progress and movements towards those desired career goals. We'll then move into activation, where support will be provided to educators and counselors as they're working with students to achieve those desired career goals. They'll be able to leverage data to identify key milestones, refine pathways to connect students closer to those future work opportunities. As we take a look at the first group that's going to be impacted from this program, we'll take a look at the teachers and the counselors. Our career education program was designed by educators and learning success coaches that support career education at ASU Prep Digital. The program will consist of 5 parts and will start with an introduction to the counselor's role. In this section, teachers and counselors will be introduced to the counselor role in the U.S. model. This introduction will include opportunities for scaffolding information to local models. The first section continues with information on how to develop positive relationships with students, discovering student strengths and interests, and how to create education and career action plans. In addition, teachers and counselors will benefit from the consultation with ASU, as well as gaining connections to ASU networks and resources. As we go to the next slide, we're going to take a look at the second group that's really going to benefit from our program, students. Students are the heart of the career education program. In the second part of the program, teachers and counselors will explore career paths and how to support student goal setting. This section also includes information on how to support students with course planning, how to help and implement student career exploration activities, and how to help students develop soft skills. We know that soft skills are needed in the emerging and growing career fields. All students can benefit from critical thinking, problem solving, communication, and more. In the third part of the program, teachers and counselors will learn information to support students as they explore college admissions and affordability. The fourth part of the program will provide teachers and counselors with information that will help students as they transition to college programs. The final part of the program will cover information on how to be career ready. This information will provide teachers and counselors with information about how to support students as they prepare for job searches, interviewing, and attending job fairs. In addition to providing resources that are ready to use, teachers and counselors will also gain awareness of ASU corporate network opportunities that will benefit students. As we move into the next slide, let's take a look at some of the institutions and the benefits that our career education program will have on institutions. This program will help teachers and counselors develop the skills and processes necessary to allow institutions to adapt and thrive in a fast-changing world. This program allows for quick implementation and creates a common experience and foundation to continue work with career education. This foundation will allow for the development of a localized model that works for you in your situation with your students. As we move to the next slide, I want to take this opportunity to introduce my colleague, Angela Zhao, who will take us through some examples and case studies using ASU and international experience.
Thanks, Ali, and thank you, Octavian, for the introduction. It's first of all, I just want to say it was very impressive to hear all of the programs that were really offered to your students, and it's very diverse, and I think students, it's so great to see that students have a lot of options to really gain skills that are kind of life-changing skills. I feel like I would love to join the chef program, for example. But I think that what we're talking about today and what we're presenting to this group really has a lot more to do with how are they exposed to these opportunities, right? Because we don't just have students asking us to get into these career pathways. We have to expose them as educators to these career pathways. So one of the case studies that I really want to present, because I know we have limited time for everyone here today, one of the case studies that I really want to present is how ASU has worked with Starbucks. And companies like Starbucks, like Uber, I know Starbucks is probably a little bit more internationally recognized, to actually upskill and reskill and really help their baristas and they, at Starbucks, they actually call them partners. These partners who are hired in high school to actually find a career pathway and also build then an academic program that will really allow students to get on that career pathway with a possible academic, the academic experiences needed to obtain those careers. So with Starbucks, we actually offer, with the support of Starbucks as an organization, we actually offer all of the Starbucks partners, baristas, and at different levels in different countries, the opportunity to take our career quiz, which is actually embedded in our career training, our counselors training program, where students are able to sort of be exposed to different areas that they're interested in, but also linking those areas that of interest to career pathways, which I think it's important for counseling and career preparation programs to make that connection for students, right? Because students don't usually just come to us and know exactly what they're good at and exactly what they can do. So that pre-assessment process is very important for us to receive the data so that we can make decisions. And as counselors, we can make decisions on those data to guide students to those academic pathways that will then help them to get the jobs that they desire. And then also helping them to develop the knowledge of just awareness of what their strengths are, right? Just like Ellie was talking about, maybe they're in a situation where they have to work at Starbucks right now, but even for Starbucks, they're looking for future leaders, right? So they're not just allowing their employees to be there and make coffee every day. They want them to learn something, and they want to help every student to reach their full potential, right? So this, again, the second point here is that really this program itself is helping students to be exposed to these career opportunities so that we can have the data, so we can actually help the students to reach their potential with different tools, right? And then what ASU does is then ASU actually have the career counselor help these students to then find the pathways academically, right? Because it is important. I mean, we talked about all of your programs are extremely important for students to receive these really just kind of life skills, right? Whether it is communication, critical thinking, all of that. But at the same time, we all know in this room how important it is for students to actually build an academic career as well, because that's how students actually learn new knowledge that they can then apply to their life experience and life skills, and they can combine those things and be stronger in the labor market, right? So in terms of Starbucks, in this example, we actually have counselors to help these Starbucks employees then to find and to define what their career pathway is, and then provide academic help, right? Because we are a university, so we're able to kind of design that academic pathway so that they can get to that career goal, right? So then students actually, while they're working with the counselors, the counselors are getting data from the students so that they can actually reflect on that data and report it to Starbucks, right? For example, so that they know what are some of the pathways that potentially they can offer to their current employees to upskill, to raise skill, to, do useful programming or purposeful programming like all of you guys have presented in order to help students to actually obtain those skills that's needed for them to achieve that career goal. So I know this is, again, a sort of a US centric case study that I presented, but I want everyone here to understand how this process will work because, again, students won't just come to you and say, I want to be a software engineer tomorrow, right? There's a process where we can then intervene and really provide value to that career choice and also to building that career pathway so that, I think someone had mentioned that we want to diversify our workforce. We want to expose students to these, a full array of opportunities that will actually help improve economy, whether it is in agriculture, whether it is in IT, or whether it is in culinary, right? Like, so there's so many things that we can expose students to if we have the data, if we have a system and we have teachers who are equipped with knowledge to help them to understand the process and to understand what their strengths are and help them to get on that career pathway. With that said, I know we have Q&A later, but please know that we're going to stay a little bit to answer any questions that you might have about the program.
Any questions? มีคำถามเพิ่มเติมไหมครับงั้นเดี๋ยวอาจจะรอไปช่วงท้ายเลยละกันนะครับ So we will have the Q&A section at the end of the career section. Thank you. Enjoy. So may I return to Octavian?
Yes. So, we appreciate from both myself and our team at Arizona State University, we appreciate the opportunity to implement this model into Thailand with the help of CMO STEM Ed. So this is something that we're definitely looking forward to developing together so that it can have a localized impact and then help to increase the capacity building for the country. So we'll just conclude that, and if there are any questions later on, then please feel free to ask.
Okay. I think we will have the Q&A section at the end. So thank you very much for Octavian for immersive education academy and also the Arizona State University team to sharing your program to that we know about how to build and enhance youth to understand in the career, especially in you have the collaboration program with many business partners for youth to have a chance to have the like an internship to get their know the real experience with the job and also with the see their career path as well. Thank you so much, Octavian and team. Please give a big applause for them. Right. We will go to the next section. This is the last topic that we will share to you today. You can see that all the 4 programs that we talk about, some specific program, agriculture, chef, IT, and the career education. So now we will talk about the originally of the program of Career Academy from the USA. Today we will have the speakers. He is the president of the National Career Academy Coalition in the USA that supports schools to transform their curriculum, transform their approach to the Career Academy. He received the international recognitions as one of the premium reform effort in the USA. Please welcome Dr. Jay Steele.
Thank you to my colleagues in Arizona State University. I have to come all the way to Thailand to learn what you're doing there. My organization is working with the Phoenix School District at 3 high schools there, and we're bringing our national conference to Tucson in November, so maybe we can connect for that experience also. As Nantawat said, my name is Dr. Jay Steele. I'm the president of the National Career Academy Coalition. Okay? We are a nonprofit that supports schools across the United States, Guam, and anywhere in the world, honestly, that wants to transform their schools into the college and career academy model. So I'm going to speak to you today about college and career connected education, because this is not just a model for high school, this is a model for elementary school, intermediate or middle school, all the way into the university. I know that all of us went to a university, so I want you to think about a high school in this context. A university has a faculty of engineering, a faculty of healthcare, a faculty of business. So what we've done with the high schools in the United States is we've broken them down into a university-like structure where the kids are grouped together based on a major that they choose in high school. Teachers are grouped together as a faculty supporting those students, and then business and community partners engage with the schools to provide experiential learning for that. For over 7,000 schools in the U.S., and it's growing rapidly, have transformed their high schools and their middle schools into the college and career academy design. It's becoming more student-centered institutions built around students and not the adults. It's for kids, not the adults. Okay, it is aligning with high-skill, high-wage, and in-demand careers in the school's community. That's extremely important that each community in the U.S. have data that are based on how many jobs are in that area, what the careers are, what the university degrees and technical college degrees are. So schools are now aligning their curriculum and their experiences based on these high-skill, high-wage, and in-demand careers. If they don't do that, the federal funding from the government does not flow to that school because they're not following high-skill, high-wage, in-demand data. It's also engaging students in project-based learning that's authentic, something that's real, something that kids can see, touch, and feel in their communities. That is key. So why are we changing? The data shows in the U.S. that students are bored. They do not feel a sense of belonging in schools. They go. Some adults don't even speak to the child during the day. They study, they go home, they take a test, do it again the next day. Most learning is not authentic, and it's not aligned to college and career. So that is key. Looking at more authenticity in the curriculum, something that's real. Standardized testing is not the only measure for success. Testing kids is not the only thing that we want to do. Unfortunately, in the United States, that's where most of all 50 states have gone into testing and testing and testing and over-testing. Okay? And schools are measured by how well their kids do on the test. This model kind of brings a different approach. It is more about skills-based, competency-based, and the experiences kids have. Critical industries are struggling to find workers in STEM areas. We're having to import teachers from the Philippines. We're having to import healthcare workers from the Philippines. My city is bringing in Filipino teachers every year. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. We're not growing our own, and our kids are having to leave our communities and go find work in other communities. And so we want to change that so our kids have an opportunity to live and work right in our own communities. And often students have to leave their community to find that work. The solution, for one of the solutions in the United States, is a college and career academy model. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you the 3 components of it. It's a small, safe, and supportive learning environment that's contained within a larger high school. It's called a smaller learning community. So breaking down a large high school into small schools within the school. An academy has a career and college theme. It has to have both. It cannot be one or the other. For both post-secondary and career. It has three components: a smaller learning community comprised of students that take classes together for 2 to 4 years, taught by a team of teachers from different disciplines: English, math, science, social studies, partnering with a career teacher. And I'll explain more later. It is a college preparatory curriculum with a career theme. So it is both. It's preparing kids for entry into college, but it's also preparing them for entrance into the workforce. Partnerships with employers, the community, and local colleges, which bring resources from outside the school into the school for the teachers, for the adults in the building, but also mostly important for the kids. So what does it look like? We're going to show you a video of a typical American high school. This is in Nebraska, and this is what I call a wall-to-wall Career Academy school, which means every student inside the building, and there's about 3,000 students, belongs to a career pathway and a career academy. That doesn't look like Nebraska.
It's just another day at your typical American high school.
Going to class.
Maybe even practice after school.
Hitting the books at night.
But will you really use that algebraic equation after you graduate? Are you really going to climb a rope outside a gym class?
And what if high school is about what you wanted to learn and what you really need to know after high school?
And that's what the Career Academy model is all about.
Making more of your own choices.
Authentic, real-world experiences.
Better preparation for real life.
Here's how it works. You start off in a freshman academy. It's a chance to get used to high school and see what you're interested in.
Then, from there, you choose your academy and pathway for the next 3 years. It's almost like choosing your college and your major.
Explore something that interests you. Maybe that's aviation in an engineering and technology academy.
Or construction in a technical sciences academy.
Maybe you want to explore healthcare in the medical sciences academy.
Employers, the school, and the community all make sure that these are all high-demand, high-wage, high-skilled jobs that you can use in the real world.
Once you're in your pathway, it's like you're in a little community. You're in the same pathway as people that like the same things that you like. The teachers and your school counselor work as a team, relating everything to your pathway.
Plus, you'll be working on state-of-the-art computers and industry-grade equipment.
The school works with professionals in your community. The people who work in multimedia production, automotive, or emergency medical services, to make sure that you have the right curriculum and the same equipment they do.
You'll learn by tackling real problems and experiences found in jobs on your pathway. It's called project-based learning.
And you'll show what you've learned through capstone experiences, doing something real and not just taking a test.
As you go through your pathway, the classes you take and the equipment you get to use will all be guided by a 10-year plan that you get to design.
It maps out all the steps in your pathway throughout high school and beyond. But don't worry, if you discover studying mental health gives you a headache, you could always change it.
There's just some things that everyone gets, no matter what academy or pathway you choose. Things like college visits, career field trips, and mock job interviews.
It's called a continuum of experiences. There's also something called a graduate profile. It's like a promise your school makes to you.
It spells out how you'll be prepared to take on life after high school, like being college ready, career ready, community ready, and world ready.
Sound like a lot of changes? Don't worry.
Switching to a career academy doesn't mean the end of high school as we know it.
Career academies have to meet the same state standards as other high schools, so you'll still have to take those English and math classes.
But you'll have even more chances to take AP, honors, and college credit classes and earn professional certifications.
You'll still get the things that make high school, well, high school.
Going out for sports. Playing in the band.
Performing on stage. Plus, there will be lots of new activities based on your pathway.
So does this academy thing really work? For school officials, it means
higher attendance,
fewer disciplinary issues,
higher graduation rates.
For you, it means being in charge of your education.
Putting things you learn to work in the real world.
And being better prepared for when and where you take your next step.
With a license or certification after high school.
With a 2-year technical degree from a community college.
With a bachelor's degree from a university or even on to graduate school.
A real high school education with all the fun and experiences of a traditional high school.
With more relevant to your future and choices that you make.
And that's what the Career Academy model is all about.
So there's 3 components that I want to discuss before we move into looking at one high school in Hawaii. This is about transforming the school design. So as you learn from the video, students select a pathway or a high school major, and they stay with that 3 to 4 years. And students are grouped together in cohorts, just like a small school within the school. There's teams of teachers from different disciplines. In our case, it's English, math, science, and social studies working together with the engineering teacher or the healthcare teacher. Students choose voluntarily. There are no tests or criteria or roadblocks to get in. We want kids to have free choice to choose whatever they want because we know that that will spark their interest and they can learn at a deeper level. There's opportunities for students to engage in a full range of activities you saw in the video, from music to performing arts to world languages, but they do select a pathway in which they major in. And then the career pathways are aligned with high skill, high wage, in-demand careers in their community. The second piece is transforming teaching and learning. This is key because teachers cannot keep teaching the way that we were trained when we were in college. Kids don't learn that way anymore. So working together as a cohorted team through project-based learning, where they integrate their standards, they know each other's standards, and they can reinforce each other's standards. They have common planning time built into the school schedule where they're working together as a team every week for at least 1 hour, working together as a team. They're trained in project-based learning, working with industry partners to bring in those skills, those career professional skills, those soft skills, employability skills, whatever you call them, but the teachers embedding that into their curriculum, working with business partners. And then working with the colleges and universities to bring in early college, or dual enrollment is what we call it, into the high school. So some students can graduate with their 2-year associate's degree already done at the same time they're graduating from high school, usually for free. The third piece is working with our business and community partners. These are our colleges, our universities, our businesses like IBM, Deloitte, local hospitals. But businesses provide authentic experience for our students and our teachers, internships, mock interviews, resume writing skills, field trips, guest speakers, teacher externships where the teachers go out into the business and learn and then develop project-based learning for their kids. Those post-secondary partners, they do college fairs for the kids. They host them on college fairs, college trips, and come in and recruit them. We want them to recruit our kids as low as middle school, 8th grade. And then also looking at industry-valued certification or digital credentials, that every student graduates with something that's recognized by the industry that they are studying. And you'll see examples of that. We're going to look at a high school in Hawaii. So I work all across the United States. I live in Florida, but I actually work in Hawaii, which is about a 12-hour flight for me every 2 weeks. So I'm on a plane a lot. But this high school, Waipahu High School, is a very impoverished high school. It's very poor. And it is about 2,800 students sitting on the island of Oahu near Honolulu. It is 80% Filipino, 10% Native Hawaiian, 4% Japanese, 2% Caucasian, 1% African American, and 3% other, mostly from the Marshall Islands and throughout the South Pacific. There's 185 teachers, 1 principal, 7 assistant principals, and they are a national model for college and career academies. They are wall-to-wall with 6 academies, and they are all national models. They have over 100 businesses working alongside the teachers on a daily basis. And their school motto is, my voice, my choice, my future. It's written in kids' language. All right, so I know that you, it's going to be hard seeing this next slide, but this is the structure of their school. Okay. Each color is an academy. So there's 6 academies in this school. The first one on the left-hand side is the Academy of Arts and Communication. It has 3 pathways: digital design, fashion design, film and media production, and then underneath that are certifications that every child can receive in that academy. The second academy in green is the Academy of Natural Resources, which would be equivalent to your smart agriculture. So they have agriculture and food production business, food systems, natural resources, and wildlife management. The gray academy in the middle is the Academy of Industrial Engineering and Technology, and it has I have to read it from here. It has like 7 or 8 pathways. It has architectural design, automation and robotics, automotive repair, cybersecurity, engineering, residential and commercial construction, and welding. Then you can see the certifications underneath. The next academy is the Ohana of Excellence. Ohana is a Hawaiian word that means family. These are kids with special needs. Okay, they are not on a regular diploma. They are special education students, fully self-contained. Some are medically fragile. They have created their own academy with their own experiences. They run a bookstore and a print shop and a food cafe cart, coffee cart on campus. The Blue Academy is the Academy of Professional and Public Services. They have business, culinary, law and justice, and teacher education. And then the final academy is the Academy of Health and Sciences. They have diagnostic services and medical biotechnology, human performance and kinesiology, and nursing services with the certification that you can get underneath that. We're going to focus on we're going to focus on the Industrial Education and Technology Academy, since this is about STEM. We're going to watch a video.
Our academy provides students with a very focused program of study. For example, if they're interested in automotive, they can take autos and the electives surrounding that. If they're interested in electronics, they can take my classes. And in addition to the skills that we teach them in the classroom, which we try to be as hands-on as possible, we provide them with other opportunities like interviews from different colleges or guest speakers, externships and internships to kind of give them the opportunity to practice what they're learning in a real world setting.
I would say IET is for you if you like a challenge. IET is not just doing stuff with your hands. IET really involves everything, yeah. We do a lot of things that involve your hands, obviously, but it ties in all the subjects. So for math, English, science, all that stuff, IET, I think we tie in all the subjects and make it relevant and make, I guess, learning for the students more fun.
Okay, so that's just a short video of one of the academies at the school, but I want to go a little bit deeper into that particular academy. So on the screen, what you're about to see is a program of study. Just think, when you went to the university, you had to follow a set of courses. So the high school does the same here. It is broken down into what we call a program of study. It's a one-pager. And every student gets this when they register in the 8th grade. They do their career interest inventories. They choose an academy and pathway. This one is the Automation and Robotics Program of Study. So you will notice in yellow, let's focus in on the yellow, that is the career and technical courses. It's a series of 4 courses that the students would take. They start in Foundations of Manufacturing. They move into Automation and Robotics Technology 1, 2, and then the final course is actually a work-based learning experience. So it is standards. There is a teacher on campus that teaches that. But if you zoom out just a little bit, you'll notice right above it are the English, Math, Science, and Social Studies courses. Go to the top. Okay, they have to take 4 years of English, 4 years of Math, 4 years of Science, 4 years of Social Studies. That team of teachers learn to embed automation and robotics into their curriculum through a project format, when and where possible, not every day. Okay? And then below that, you'll go down into the Career and Technical Student Organization. Those are clubs that kids can join. We want kids to be able to compete, just like that you're seeing kids here today, and showcase their expertise in what they've done. So those are clubs that they join. The work-based learning experiences, these are a set of experience that every single child in the school gets. So all 2,800 students at this school, they do a career day, they have a field trip, they have guest speakers, they job shadow, they have a project, a senior capstone project, and they all do some type of internship. It is required of them. Okay, right below that you see it says early college courses. Those are the college courses that are available at the high school level. They take those courses for free, and they do count toward their associate's or bachelor's degree. And then below that, you see it is aligned with all of the colleges in universities in the Hawaii area. No, that's all right. We want the kids to see my program in high school leads to this degree in college. This is where I can go if they choose to go there. So you can see it says early college courses. All right, let's just stay there a minute. It is at apprenticeship level, Honolulu Community College, and then Leeward Community College. And then underneath that, you'll see it's an industry certification that they can achieve, and then the jobs that it leads to, the high skill, high wage, and in-demand careers. So that's a one-pager that's published to every single child, and the guidance counselor works with the students to choose their pathway and then map out their 10-year plan of where they see themselves after high school. Very, very key to this model working. All right, let's go to the next. Keep going. All right, we've looked at this. All right, so the results show there has been a lot of research done on this model in the United States. The results show higher graduation rates. Okay, they also show higher attendance rates and lower discipline rates. All right, students, we survey our kids all the time, and there's a survey that most kids take, and there is a question, a sense of belonging. Kids feel connected to their school, they feel connected to their community and their teachers. Students are both prepared for both college and career, and it has a greater economic impact. It fills jobs in our communities and also at our universities, kids enrolling in those majors that they studied in high school. Kids can change their mind. It doesn't all have to be, they have to choose that. They can change their mind at least once in high school, and then of course when they go on. So that is one model in the United States, the College and Career Academy model, focusing on a high school in Hawaii. All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Dr. J. Steele, for sharing some of the Career Academies program that implemented in United States. You will see that a school is not look like a school that we're familiar with it. It's a very active learning approach and very have some more interesting thing that a student can have an activity to join with something that related with the career and future career that they can choose, or they can change the way that they like. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. J. Steele, for sharing with us. Okay. So for your section, I mean, for the Q&A section, if anyone has any question to our participants, and also, I mean, for all speakers. So.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Irwandi from Syah Kuala University. We have the STEM Research Center in Aceh, Indonesia, especially at Syah Kuala University. What I understand, the STEM, this is introduced by Barack Obama, to make student interest in the science and technology rather than a social science. But some my friend from the social science, he want to involve, they want to involve in the STEM. And then my question, how to involve STEM, how to involve the social science in the STEM activity? What kind of activity for the social science? Okay, and that's my question. Thank you.
You have specific question to any speakers?
Yeah.
To Dr. J?
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right. All right. Okay. Maybe you can repeat the key question to him again.
So it just depends what you mean by social sciences. Yes. Yes. Sure.
They want to make like STEM training for the social. How to make it?
Sure.
Yeah, this is. I think this is the idea, and then I still confused how to involve the social science in the STEM. Because the aim goal for the STEM is to bring people for the social and technology. Yeah? But why my friend asked to the social science, I think it is a good idea how to spread the scope of the STEM. Okay, and that's my question. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, so the scope of STEM, it's going to be really defined by your community. So in many communities in the United States, we would put in like a civics academy or one that's going to be on law and justice. That could focus on, I've got some schools in Omaha, Nebraska that have courtrooms inside the schools where they actually are trying real cases of juvenile justice. And so they're partnering with the local court system. Even in the state of Hawaii, the Supreme Court of Hawaii brings its cases in. They choose a high school every year, and they will bring their docket of cases into the school. They will train the kids of all aspects of running a courtroom, and the kids will meet with the judge ahead of time, hear about the case, meet with the lawyers, and then they will actually render a decision and meet with the judge after to see if the kids actually agreed with what the judge said. So it can look differently, but every student in an academy does have to take 4 years of social studies, okay, which would be American government, economics, world history, American history, etc. So that is built in there. But yes, an academy can have a social science focus if that is a high-skill, high-wage industry for that community. In many cities it is, yes. Hopefully I answered that, but okay.
Just to add on one point from my perspective, how those students or learners in the social science can leverage STEM, because what me in IT industry, but I'm also having a social science background, psychology. But the way I see the STEM and technology is as a tool to enhance my performance, to enhance our business performance. In IBM, we not just having engineering, right? We also have human resource. We also have marketing team. So we can use data driven as part of informing decision making. So that is part of the way how the social science can use IT or STEM as part of our workforce. And my recent conversation that I have in Singapore with School of Business, the ITE School of Business, they would like to incorporate the technology foundations, cloud, AI, data, as part of their elective module for the students. Those students from School of Business, whether or not they work for the corporate or run their own business, having the framework of the data, the cloud, could really help their run their business more effective, or like in terms of the business model that data driven or technology based. So I think that how STEM relevant to cross-disciplinary and cross-industry.
Any questions?
May I add something to that too? Can you hear me okay? I just want to say that, from Arizona State University point of view, we actually we have a more of a whole child approach. So we see that these skill sets are not separate skill sets. We actually really want to promote more of an interdisciplinary or transdisciplinary skill set in our students. Because I think, just like my colleague talked about earlier, that these skills are, I think they are transferable skills. We define them, of course, in academic terms, in social science, natural science, engineering, business. We separate these skill sets, but when it comes to career pathways, the students actually will utilize all of the skills that they receive from these different disciplines to actually help them to be successful in the career, in the sense of career. So this is a very interdisciplinary, or actually more transdisciplinary type of approach that we have. And I'm sure all of the other programs also share this notion of making sure students are skillable, but they're also well-rounded, right, in their learning and skill sets. So just wanted to add that.
ในการจัดทำหลักสูตรที่เป็นลักษณะเป็นช็อตคอร์สนะฮะอยากจะให้ทางได้อาจจะมีตัวอย่างหรืออาจจะมีอะไรต่างๆให้กับทางหน่วยงานทางการศึกษาไหมที่จะลองดูว่าเวลาจะดำเนินการนะฮะเราเห็นขั้นตอนกระบวนการแล้วเพียงแต่ว่าบางทีเนี่ยนะฮะอาจจะต้องมีตัวอย่างหรืออาจจะที่ทำไว้ที่สำเร็จแล้วเนี่ยนะครับที่จะให้เป็นตัวอย่างหรือจะต้องตัวสไลด์ต่างๆพวกนี้นะฮะ ให้เป็นตัวอย่างส่งขึ้นไปเลย
Well, I think the importance is first to come together and see what do you want, the goal of the short course, and then we find the correct partners who can help to form this kind of database of contents. We help to implement by bringing in together the knowledge, the skills, the expertise of each and every partner. So first we have to know ต้นแก้วเหรอคะต้นแก้วพดุงพิทยาลัย schools needs. Maybe we can come together. Of course we have a standard template. Now we have been able to launch and finish the STEM Chef Career Academy, and we are now have another ongoing project which is called the Caregiver Academy as well, which actually started from this Chef Academy. We use the similar standardized template, and then branch out to different fields. Yeah, so it can be caregiver, if it's within, for example, for us, it's basic culinary and arts, nutrition, right? If it's within the scope, then we can use a similar platform and then branch out a little bit, depending on what the school wants. We can share that kind of knowledge, of course, maybe on a later date.
STEM Career Academies or Career Academies that we believe that this approach will change the school to be not like school that we are, and we hope that this approach will be changed not just the way of the educational system, but change the way for you to achieve their dream, their goal. Before we end of this section, I would like to inform you about the next section. For today, we also have, you can see that the colorful of the exhibition around us is from National Science Museum, Thailand, that we have the program that we collaborated together. It's called Enjoy Science Career. We have been working together for more than 5 years. Seems like a exhibition like this is traveling exhibition that traveling to school. But now, today, we have the new approach. Since from the COVID pandemic, we transform from the hands-on exhibition, traveling exhibition to the online exhibition. After the end of the session, I would like to invite you all to join with the exhibition, join with the National Science Museum Thailand staff. They can present and play with you with some like activity that related with the career. On the platform, enjoy science career platform. There are more than 50 careers on that is related with STEM career. Where you can share to your team, to your students, to learn about the STEM career, right? And next, we also have the coffee break behind you. You can bring the coffee mug and walk around in the during the visit the exhibition. So after this, we also have the student project showcase at the Eternity Room at the first floor. You can see more than 30 student projects from every country in Southeast Asia to present their school project about the STEM project. And after that, about 12:15, we would like to invite you all to have lunch together in this Penchino restaurant. It's in front of this room, right? 12:30, we will see you again at the restaurant. All right, thank you very much for all participants for joining us today, and I hope you can learn a lot from us, and we hope we will have a chance to learn a lot from you if you would like to implement the STEM Career Academy model. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ Oh, sorry, I forget to give this a special gift to our speaker. This is a big surprise. All right, big surprise. Yes, me too. Surprise me too. All right. May I invite all kinds of speakers. The first one, maybe I invite คุณนิสากรครับ All right, and for the special guest from Zoom, don't worry, don't worry about the gifts. Okay, we will have some special for you too. All right, thank you very much for joining us today, and have a good day. ขอบคุณครับ อาจจะถ่ายรูปอีกครั้ง
Thank you. Bye-bye.